Is waiting for sex past the sixth date too long?
Well, most of the time, if you're following what's in the book, if you're following what's in 3% Man, and you've read it 10 to 15 times and you know it backwards and forwards, and you're following it to a T, most Western women are going to be sleeping with you by a second or third date. When you get really good, most of the time it's going to happen on the first night. So if you're like 6 dates, I don't know, maybe the girl's a virgin or whatever. Usually, if it's getting pushed back, that just tells me he's probably young, inexperienced. He's probably doing and saying things that are not making her feel safe, not making her feel comfortable. Maybe he's not doing 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Because the idea is obviously all women have that fear that somebody is going to force themselves upon them. And so you want to know that you can, put the brakes on if he's going too fast and tell him, stop, I'm not ready, I don't feel comfortable yet. And he'll respect that. And so that's what you do. If, like, you got a girl over your house and you're making out and clothes are coming off and she's like, wait, like you get her top off and then, you start to go for the unbutton the pants and she grabs your hands and she might snap it back and then put her bra on. Oh, it's going too fast and she put her shirt on. Most guys that don't know any better, they just give up. They take the delay as an outright denial. Whereas smart men know that, oh, I'm just going a little too fast and it's too much too soon. She was uncomfortable. So let me focus, get refocused on making her feel comfortable, make her feel safe. And a little while later, maybe 45 minutes later, I'll take another run at it. And when you do that, it's called 2 steps forward. You run into the resistance, then you take 1 or 2 steps back. Because you want to make sure, and it communicates to her that at any moment, if she doesn't feel comfortable, she doesn't feel safe, she doesn't feel ready, she can just tell you to stop, and you'll stop. And because part of that is you're indifferent to it. You don't get butthurt, you don't get angry. Some guys go, "What's wrong? I thought you wanted this." I'm sure you guys have probably been in that position before, where you decide you don't want to sleep with a guy, and then he thinks it's progressing, and then you stop him, and he wants to have a talk and lecture you, and what's the matter? I thought you liked this. I thought that's what you wanted. And and guys that are charming and know what they're doing, they just realize, oh, it's going a little too fast. Okay, we'll just slow it down a little bit. And so she puts her clothes back on or whatever you took off, and then pour another glass of wine or whatever, or another cup of coffee, whatever you're doing, and then just start asking questions and talking and hanging out. And then maybe a little while later, you start making out. Making out leads to heavy petting. The hands start to wander. They go up underneath her shirt. You slowly undo the bra strap from the back again. Slowly the blouse or the top comes off. The bra comes off. And then as you slowly move to unbutton the top button in her pants or start to undo her belt, usually the next time she'll let you do that. And she may even let you take her pants off, but as soon as you start to do the panties, she might go, oh, wait. And she might stop you. She might put her pants back on. She might put her top back on. You don't ever get freaked out. You don't worry about it. You're just, I just got to go a little slower. You hang out for a while. 30, 40 minutes later, you're talking, you're laughing. She's playing with her hair. You start making out. And then she might start taking your clothes off. And then this time you get all of her clothes off. And then, because sex typically has to be the guy's fault. And so what happens oftentimes is that you might be down to your underwear. She might have taken your pants off and your shirt off, but you still got your underwear on. And she's completely naked because sex has to be the guy's fault. Most of the time, if that's the situation you're in, she's not going to take your pants off. Because then she was the one that took your pants off, and then it's her fault for the sex. And so you don't do that. You take your own pants off. Strap on your love glove. And, unless you're going to raw dog it, but obviously there's lots of consequences for that. You might slip one past the goalie. You might get a gift that keeps on giving. So take your time. But if you've taken your pants off, you strap on the condom, you get extra close, then you'll probably be able to just slide it right in. And then she can just go, it just kind of happened. I just couldn't say no to him. And what she sees is that at any time throughout the evening, when she wasn't comfortable or was going too fast, she stopped you. You respected it. In other words, that's her boundary. You want her to feel safe. You want her to feel comfortable. You don't want her regretting her decision. And what's happening is you're using your strength to slowly wear down her resistance, but you're also okay with nothing happening or not sex not happening. Because when she starts to put all her clothes back on, you don't get butthurt. You don't go, oh shit, well, I guess that's the end of the date. I'm not getting laid. Woo, it's late. I might as well just leave. Because then it makes her feel like, oh, all he cared about was having sex with me. And once he realized I wasn't going to have sex with him, he just took off. So he wasn't really interested in me. He just wanted access to the box and the baloney curtains.
Oh. What was another thing is like you've said before is the girl could be like structured.
Yeah.
To where she's like,
I only sleep with the guy on date number 10. I only kiss a guy on the 5th date.
Or unless we're together or dating. No.
It's like that guy that was so pushy about the kissing. Like he would have never gotten that far to like.
He didn't get past the first kiss.
If he's already getting like, oh, you're playing hard to get about a kiss, imagine like.
He's got no game.
Anything.
He hasn't been in that situation enough with enough women. He doesn't understand that. He's not a seduction master.
That would be scary. Like imagine how he would act if
you were alone.
If we were like alone, and
he'd probably try to force himself on you.
Yeah.
And then you're having sex when you didn't want to, and then now you got a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch the James Bond movies, especially Daniel Craig, when we're like, I'm not sleeping with you, it's not going to happen. You're not my type. He just smirks, smiles. Because he's like, I've heard it all before. He doesn't say that, but that's his mentality. Mm-hmm. And what ends up happening is they always end up hooking up later that evening. But you never see him go, oh, what's wrong? I thought you liked this. I thought you wanted this. Don't play hard to get.
Mm-hmm. Look at my car.
Yeah.
I have a nice car.
I got a nice Rolex here. How can you not want to sleep with me? A guy that's got game is just not going to behave that way. So it's super important. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You got to make sure she feels safe and comfortable. She feels like because if she knows at any point she can tell you to stop or to slow down and you'll respect it, then she feels safe being with you. She feels like you're not going to force yourself on her. And quite frankly, as a man, it would be insulting if you forced yourself on a woman, because that's not what a man does. A man wants to be with a woman who really wants to be with him and really wants him inside of her. And you're willing to go as slow or as fast as she wants.
And you don't want a bad rep too. Like if you're pushing yourself, like right now, how I'm speaking about that one guy, he's getting a bad rep that he was pushy and desperate. Whereas I could have been saying he was really sweet and patient with me. Like you want the word to go, a good word to go around, not the opposite.
Yeah, there was a article that I did many years ago. It's probably at least 10, 12 years ago. The title of it's pretty naughty, but it was called Successfully Deflowering Your Virgin Girlfriend. And it was this one where this guy was dating this girl. I think they were in high school maybe. Or they may have been in college. I can't remember. And she was, apprehensive. She wanted to take her time. And she always liked military guys. And he dressed up in like a military uniform or something like that, or a jacket or something. He had flowers, rose petals, he did the whole 9 yards. She had told him everything, that she wanted her first time to be special. Mm-hmm. And so after, because he had sent a couple emails in previously and I had told him what to do, then he took his time with her and he made their first time really special. And the next morning she told him that she loved him and how much she really appreciated that he made her first time so special. Because even if they don't stay together or didn't stay together, she'll always remember her first time and how good that dude was. He was smooth as silk and he took his time and he made sure she felt safe. He made sure she felt comfortable, and she'll never forget him. And every guy she meets after that, she's going to compare to that dude because of the vibe that he gave off and the experience.